Hi, this is Mike with City Service Paving. I'm out here in a community today and I'm assessing the asphalt for either repairs or seal coat and to determine what's best for this particular property. So let me show you what I'm looking at. So this property is about 22 years old and it's actually in really good shape. There are some areas where the seal coat is peeling, and that happens because as asphalt ages, the seal coat, it makes it harder for it to bond in certain areas, and so you get this peeling effect. So if you were to do a seal coat here, any of the areas that are peeling now, if you put in seal coat on those areas that are still there, and if they decide to peel off, they'll take the new material with it and it will continue to shed like this. So there's really no stopping that, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast with seal coat. And as you put seal coat on top of seal coat on top of seal coat over years, it builds up and eventually it's going to peel. And it's kind of like red curb. When you see peeling red curbs, that's the same thing. The material never got a chance to wear off, so it's going to peel at some point in time. And you see like the slight cracks and stuff, that's actually seal coat material cracking. That's not the asphalt cracking. So a lot of people get that confused. But overall, it's in good shape for 22 years old. They could do a one coat seal because there is still seal coat material on this property. It's pretty consistently black. It is fading in some of the heavier traveled areas, but for the most part, it still has some material left on the property. Since this property is 22 years old, you will see cracking, fatigue cracking here and there. It's not wide enough yet for crack fill. You can see here somebody put crack fill down, but the crack comes right back because it's so thin. It separates because asphalt does flex and move and it expands and contracts. So crack fill is just really a band-aid at best. I only recommend it when it's 1/4 of an inch wide or wider. I don't like to put it on hairline cracks because it just sits on there topically and eventually it just kind of wears off and the cracks do open up again. But you can see the roads are in good shape and it's pretty consistent throughout as far as color. So that tells me there's still plenty of seal coat material left on it. So what I'm recommending to my customer is that since there is still enough seal coat material on the property, don't do a seal coat. It's 22 years old. Start getting the board, the HOA board, to consider an overlay on this property. It's an ideal candidate for an overlay. And that way, they're not throwing their money away. The only reason a seal coat would be viable here is just to dress it up, and it'd be more for aesthetic than functionality. So that's what I'm going to recommend my customer, is that they do an overlay here. They don't do the seal coat, they wait a few years and reassess it. Then a seal coat at this point would just be for cosmetic reasons only. And if they do want to do a seal coat project here, I'd only recommend a 1-coat seal, not a 2-coat seal. So if you want me to come out and assess your property, feel free to give me a call. Mike Beaubier, City Service Paving. My cell phone number is 510-754-5198. Thanks for watching.